coordinate system. That's graphing. If you've ever played Battleship or anything like that, it's that same concept. These are some things you need to know about the coordinate system. Your back and forth is your x-axis. Your top and bottom is your y-axis. When we write coordinates, we write them in alphabetical order, x, y. So we go back and forth first, up and down second. So the thing to know is that these are your positive numbers. I'll just do a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. These are your negative numbers, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Going up is your positive, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and going down is your negative. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and so forth. So that is how it's kind of built. They sometimes will ask you which quadrant you're in. And this is the way you can remember your quadrants. Coordinate, this is called the coordinate system. It's a capital C. So if you make a capital C in the middle of your coordinate system, and how you write a C, and so unless you do yours upside down, we always start at the top and work our way around. So this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. It's the only way I've ever been able to remember it, is this direction. So you need to think about what is in each quadrant. So if you're in this quadrant, our x's are positive, and our y's are positive. So we have positive numbers. In quadrant 2, our x's are negative, but our y's are still positive. In quadrant 3, our x's are negative and our y's are negative. And in quadrant 4, our x's are positive, but our y's are negative. And that can help you figure out where you are in space if you understand that about the coordinate system. They give you, anytime you have an x and a y, you can graph it. And you can graph it by creating what's called an XY chart. So if you have y equals 5x plus 1, let's say, you can just plot some points. Good points to plot are -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Kind of cross around that, and we plug these numbers in. So if we plug in -2, we have 5 times -2 plus 1. 5 times -2 is -10. -10 plus 1 is -9. So we do that again. And we can do that without writing it down. 5 times -1 is -5. -5 plus 1 is -4. 5 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 plus 1 is an 11. Now if you look, these go up by 1. These go up by 5 each time. So if we were to graph this, now my lines may not be perfect, but you'll get kind of an idea. -2, -9. So we go -2, and this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So -2, I would come straight down my grid to -9, and I would put a dot. Then I say -1, -4, so there's -1, I go down to 4. I'm at 0 and I'm at 1, so here's 0 and 1. 1 and 6, so there's 6. We go up to 1, so it's somewhere in here. So, and then I can do 2, 11, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and I go to 2, and I'm somewhere like there. If this were a perfectly drawn coordinate and I had something to trace with, I did this really, if my drawings were really, really good, which they're not great, but they're not bad, I would sort of, I'm doing the top to the bottom one and probably this one, that's pretty close, actually. You would draw a line and you should go through each one of your points. My points are pretty close because I'm kind of guessing where they go. But it creates a line because this is a line picture. So that's how you can graph anything. If you needed to graph it, you can figure out, you can plug in numbers and it's what it looks like. So everything that has an X and a Y is actually on your coordinate grid. So understanding how to plot points and how to draw things really helps. Having some graph paper makes it a lot easier. And so that's what the coordinate system is.